Battle of Trafalgar, 1805. Nelson's triumph. The Battle of Trafalgar, fought on October 21, 1805, is a monumental chapter in world history. This naval engagement, set amidst the Napoleonic Wars, saw Britain's Royal Navy, led by the legendary Admiral Horatio Nelson, confront and defeat the combined fleets of France and Spain. Trafalgar ensured Britain's maritime dominance for over a century and thwarted Napoleon Bonaparte's ambitions to invade the British Isles. In the early 19th century, Europe was consumed by the Napoleonic Wars, a series of campaigns orchestrated by French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte in his bid to dominate the continent. Britain stood as his most enduring rival, an island nation whose naval power was its greatest defense. Control of the seas became pivotal, and Napoleon sought to destroy British maritime supremacy by sending a French invasion force across the English Channel. In 1805, the French, allied with Spain, amassed a formidable armada comprising 33 ships under the command of Admiral Pierre-Charles Villeneuve. Meanwhile, Britain's Royal Navy, led by Admiral Nelson, closely monitored these movements. With just 27 ships at his disposal, Nelson's task was clear but daunting: to find the combined fleet and destroy it before it could support Napoleon's invasion plans. The engagement was set near Cape Trafalgar, off Spain's southern coast. This location became the stage for one of history's most innovative and decisive naval battles. By late October 1805, Nelson had pursued the French-Spanish fleet across the Atlantic, eventually tracking it to the waters near Cape Trafalgar. Under his command, months of preparation culminated in a meticulously crafted battle plan that would soon become legendary. Breaking from the conventional naval tactics of parallel lines, Nelson devised an audacious strategy to maximize the strengths of his smaller, yet highly skilled fleet. Known as crossing the T, Nelson's plan involved splitting his fleet into two columns and driving them perpendicularly into the enemy line. This maneuver disrupted the cohesion of the French and Spanish ships, allowing the British to penetrate their formation, isolate groups of ships, and attack with greater precision. Before the battle, Nelson addressed his crew with stirring words meant to inspire courage and unity. Signaling from his flagship, HMS Victory, he delivered the now famous message: "England expects that every man will do his duty." This declaration not only rallied the sailors, but also cemented Nelson's status as one of the most charismatic leaders in naval history. The Battle of Trafalgar commenced on the morning of October 21st, as 27 British ships bore down on the 33-strong French-Spanish fleet. Despite being outnumbered, Nelson's carefully executed strategy quickly sowed chaos among the enemy forces. The two British columns collided with the French-Spanish line, puncturing their formation and forcing individual engagements. The first column, led by Nelson aboard HMS Victory, targeted the center of the enemy line. HMS Victory spearheaded the assault, engaging several enemy ships at once, despite relentless cannon fire and heavy damage to its hull. Meanwhile, the second column, commanded by Vice Admiral Collingwood, struck the enemy's rear, effectively cutting off their retreat. The fighting was brutal and chaotic. Cannonballs tore through masts and hulls, while skilled British crews executed disciplined fire and maneuver tactics. One of the most climactic moments occurred when HMS Victory locked into a deadly exchange with the French ship Redoutable. During the skirmish, a French sharpshooter aboard Redoutable took aim at Admiral Nelson, striking him with a fatal musket shot. He fell, mortally wounded, and was carried below deck. Even in his final moments, Nelson displayed an unwavering commitment to duty. Learning that the battle was progressing in Britain's favor, he reportedly uttered his famous last words: "Thank God I have done my duty." Shortly after, he passed away, but not before witnessing the triumph he had orchestrated so brilliantly. By the end of the day, the British had decisively defeated the Franco-Spanish fleet. 22 enemy ships were either captured or destroyed, while the British fleet suffered no major losses. It was an extraordinary victory that showcased the discipline, courage, and strategic ingenuity of the Royal Navy. Nelson's leadership throughout the battle was nothing short of extraordinary. A master of naval strategy, he was unafraid to challenge traditional tactics, relying instead on creativity and calculated risks. His ability to inspire loyalty and determination among his sailors played a significant role in their success, even under the most perilous conditions. His death amid the victory only amplified his legendary status. Nelson became a national hero in Britain, symbolizing courage, selflessness, and devotion to one's country. His sacrifice was immortalized in British history, with commemorations such as London's Trafalgar Square and the enduring symbolism of his flagship, HMS Victory, which is preserved to this day. The consequences of the Battle of Trafalgar were profound, both in the immediate aftermath and over the following decades. Perhaps the most significant outcome was the permanent destruction of French and Spanish naval power. With their fleets decimated, Napoleon's dreams of invading Britain were dashed. No longer able to challenge British dominance at sea, the French turned their attention to campaigns on the European mainland. Meanwhile, Britain ascended to unparalleled naval supremacy, a position it would maintain for more than a century. This dominance allowed Britain to expand its global empire, control vital trade routes, and play a decisive role in shaping the 19th century's political and economic landscape. Trafalgar also revolutionized naval warfare. Nelson's bold strategies and willingness to deviate from conventional tactics became a model for future generations of naval commanders. The lessons of Trafalgar continue to be studied in military academies worldwide as a testament to the power of ingenuity in the face of adversity. As news of the victory reached Britain, the nation celebrated the triumph with both pride and mourning. Nelson's death cast a somber shadow over the victory. His passing underscored the sacrifice necessary to secure such an outcome and added a sense of martyrdom to his legacy. Nelson's unparalleled contribution to British history ensured that the Battle of Trafalgar would be remembered as one of the country's greatest military achievements. To honor his legacy, numerous monuments were erected, most notably the iconic column in Trafalgar Square in London. The broader legacy of the battle is found in its ripple effects on world history. By establishing Britain as the preeminent naval power of its era, Trafalgar set the stage for the expansion of the British Empire. This naval dominance also enabled Britain to play a decisive role in stopping Napoleon's ambitions during the wars, ultimately contributing to his defeat at Waterloo in 1815. The Battle of Trafalgar is more than a tale of ships and sailors. It's a vivid lesson in leadership, strategy, and the enduring impact of human courage. From the stunning tactics of Nelson to the valor of his sailors, Trafalgar represents a defining moment for Britain and the world. Its legacy continues to resonate, not only in British history, but as a testament to the strategic brilliance and sacrifices that shaped the course of nations. By examining the details of this epic-making event, we can better understand how a single battle shifted the balance of power and left an indelible mark on global history.